We've been working on a product called the Bow Bunk as the first product in our new company, BoatCamp. It's an overnight sleep system specifically for center console boats. And the whole reason I'm building it is because honestly, I wanted it for myself and it didn't exist. I've been boating on the Chesapeake Bay over 16 years and I've always wanted to be able to anchor out and sleep on my center console. And there's just nothing out there that actually solved that problem well. So we're building it. And part of building it is actually using it on real boats in real conditions because I don't want to build something in a vacuum. I want to build it by actually sleeping on boats and figuring out what works and what doesn't. So that's what this is. Okay, so the first overnight, this was on the Montauk 170 and I'll be honest, it worked. It actually worked really well. The setup fit the boat, I was able to sleep on it and it was comfortable. And I think that matters a lot because there are a ton of people with Montauk 170s or similar boats that assume their boat is just too small to camp on, and it's not. At least 2019 and newer Montauks, it fits. We designed it for that boat specifically, so that was really validating. That trip to go out there and go, okay, this works on a 17-foot center console, that's a big deal. So then on this trip, the 250 Dauntless, I've been wanting a bigger boat that can handle rougher water more comfortably, take two families out at the same time, and something that had a head in the console. I went to 3 boat shows over the last 6 months or so and kept looking at this Boston Whaler Dauntless 250. I talked to Bo from Chesapeake Whalertown at each show. Finally, earlier this year, I decided to pull the trigger. I really wanted a good platform for boat camping and felt like this was the one for me. And I'll say this, I had not actually set it up on the Dauntless yet before this overnight. I had the boat for a little bit. I've done some day trips on it, but I hadn't done an overnight on it. So this was actually the first time I was setting it up on the boat, which was a little interesting because I went out after dark. And that's the kind of important thing to talk about actually, setting it up in the dark. So I went out to say, I would say it was about 10:30 by the time I got to the spot. I was using the boat earlier in the day, dropped my wife off at the dock so she could get back with the kids, and then I went back out solo to anchor out and test the new boat overnight. And by the time I got to where I was going, it was pretty dark, like really dark actually. The moon had already set, the spot I was going to, I can usually get there pretty quick, but it took me a lot longer because I had to just go really slow. Couldn't see well, and then I had to set up in the dark. And that was, I mean, I got it done, but it was a real test of how easy the setup is. Because when you're tired, it's 10:30, it's dark, and you're trying to figure out where things connect, that's when you find out if a system is actually easy or not. There's some things I want to improve. I made some notes, but I got it up and that felt good. One thing we need to improve is how the poles laid out. It was hard to see the insertion points. The insertions were small and black. Also, 3 poles were all connected to each other and it was just too much to manage. So for the next sample, we are changing the whole pole structure and how we insert the poles into the base. So I'm anchored out, it's quiet, there's one other boat nearby. It's a Sunday night and there's just not a whole lot going on out there, which was really nice. So I slept well, it was a beautiful night, it wasn't too windy. It calmed down at night as it went on, and then I woke up, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 minutes before sunrise, and that's the part that's kind of hard to explain. You just have to experience it. Waking up already on the water before the sun comes up, nobody else out there. The bay is just, it's flat, it's quiet, it's incredible light, and you don't have to wake up at 3 a.m. and hook up the trailer and drive to a ramp and launch and run out. You just open your eyes and you're already there. And I got to fly the drone for the first time over the Chesapeake, which was really cool. So I'm still learning this drone. I'll be honest, I'm not great at it yet, but I got some shots I'm really happy with, and you're seeing them in this video. Okay, so let me actually get into the comparison because that's the point of this video. 17-foot Montauk versus 25-foot Dauntless, what actually changes? So the first thing is just space, and it's not subtle. The bow of the 250 is a different situation. There's real room up there, and the cool thing I figured out on this trip is you can set up the tent in front of the bow, and you still have a full lounge seat available. So you haven't sacrificed the whole bow of the boat just to have a place to sleep. The tent is up front, the lounge is still there. On a 25-foot boat, that's actually a lot of space to work with. On the 170, it's tighter, but it totally works. The back seats are still available to sit and relax. On the 250, you have more room, you can move around more. The sleeping area on the bow bunk is about 60 inches wide at the widest point. It narrows toward the feet, and that's plenty of room for 2 people to sleep comfortably. So the comfort at night, the actual sleeping experience, it's the same. You're still sleeping on a flat, stable platform. You're still enclosed. You're still comfortable. The mattress is really comfortable with the foam air combo. The 250 isn't giving you a better night's sleep, it's giving you more room to move around before and after. For me personally, I've got a family of 5. When we take the boat out as a family and bring friends along, we're talking about 10 people sometimes. And I want to be able to handle rougher conditions, go farther, be comfortable with the whole crew. For that use case, the 250 makes sense for us. But if you've got a 17-footer and you're wondering if it's enough, it is. For overnight specifically, it absolutely is. You just need about 72 inches from the front of the center console to the front of the bow seating. As you can see, we're making great progress on this new product, but we still have more work to do. We expect to open up pre-orders later this year. If you want to be notified of updates and timing and pre-orders, please join the email list on our website. Link is in the description if you want in on that. And yeah, that's the trip. Second overnight on the Chesapeake. We plan to film more of these. If you've got a center console and you've been thinking about this, follow along. We're figuring it out in real time and sharing our progress as we go. Subscribe if you want to see where this goes. So yeah, that's it. See you on the water.